Hey guys, welcome back to Favorite Iron Customs. I'm Michael, and it's February 1st, so that means the first day of February. It is also Imbolc. So, um, what we just did was we took my St. Bridget's cross off of the door of the shop. I think some of you guys may have seen it before and mentioned it in comments and said, mentioned it as a Triskel. It's not a Triskel. It's a Bridget's cross. Uh, a lot of times in you see them in movies and stuff. I know in Irish homes, trying to get the fire going, guys. It's cold in here today. Um, in films, you see them in Irish homes hanging over the mantle or hanging on the mantle or over the doorway as a form of protection. It's a tradition that's gone back centuries. So, if you're interested, you can read more about St. Bridget and Imbolc. So, getting into Febudaily. I've already started to weld in the back panel on this truck. My intention was to have that done last week. I ended up having a couple of problems around the house. I had a hot water heater that started leaking, so I had to replace a hot water heater, and had a doctor's appointment one day that took up. I didn't get home until much later. Well, honestly, got to go out with my wife and have a really nice dinner, so can't complain there. Anytime you can spend some time with your loved ones, I recommend it to do that because life is precious. Anyway, like I said, I just didn't get finishing it for last week's Sunday video, so we'll have it one day. A matter of fact, I may fire up the welder and get back to welding on it here in just a few minutes. Also, I want to build the air management system for the truck. That's going to be something we'll do in February. We may finally get around to building that battery, that lithium battery for the Explorer. We got some changes coming on the Explorer, and I'm not exactly sure what we're doing so far as the stereo in that truck right now. It may stay the same. It may change. Glenn and I have talked about a couple of things. We've talked about getting the Warhorse out, but the amount of money it's going to take in subs and batteries for that thing is ridiculous. It's way more than the purchase price of the amp. So, we'll make some decisions on that. I've got another guitar build coming up with Hofner going out of business. I've kind of decided that my body shape is going to be loosely based on like a violin shape, and we'll get into that whenever we start building that guitar. I've got everything I need, I think, with the exception of maybe a battery box. And let's see, I need a battery box. I don't have a set of strings yet. And I think I've got everything else I need to build that. Except for maybe I need to figure out what I'm going to use. We're going to laminate two pieces of wood together. It's going to be black walnut and probably poplar, I would expect, unless I can find something else. That's probably what we're going to use. So we got that. I need to cut the bottom out of my kayak and get it on the way to being rebuilt before the nicer weather gets here, so that my wife and I can go kayaking whenever the spring and summer gets here. And got lots of things to do. I got a fuel pump to go in the Ranger. I did put a battery in it the other day. I don't remember if we had a video after I put the tires on it and it wouldn't start because the battery was dead. Then I put a battery in it and it wouldn't start because the fuel pump's dead. But guys, if you've got anything that runs on fuel injection and you let it sit for an extended period of time with this ethanol gas in it, you'll have to put a fuel pump in it most likely before you get it back running. And the truck sat for I don't know, well over a year probably. So we got some things to bring that up to speed. Um, just getting it running probably this month, maybe do some work, get the lights installed on it, start getting it to where we can get it legal and on the road. We may get into some of that. I don't know. I do want to concentrate on getting as much of this truck done here as possible. But there's always a lot going on and, you know, stuff. Anyway, like and subscribe, guys. I'll see y'all tomorrow with something. Not 100% sure what it's going to be, but we're going to be after it.